Yeah, I totally agree. And moving on, Eastwood made other films in the 1990s. He directed and co-starred with Charlie Sheen in the buddy cop film The Rookie. Now, there is a scene which I really liked, and that's just before the end of the film, where Eastwood corners the bad guy at an airport terminal and says, "There's got to be 100 reasons why I don't blow you away." Right now, I can't think of one. I mean, that was supposedly his most famous line, but it's not really, is it?
I don't know. It's still a really, really cool line, but I don't think it holds a candle to his Dirty Harry speech. I like it. It's pretty cool. I mean, anything he says is cool, but if you took everything he said, it'd fill up a whole book, so you got to go with his top two, which is definitely from Dirty Harry movies. Yeah,
and indeed, we have a clip of that line I mentioned about in The Rookie, so have a look.
Let's leave.
I guess you're gonna have to call the ambulance, cop.
I don't think so. Man's got to live up to his word. There's got to be 100 reasons why I don't blow you away. Right now, I can't think of one.
And moving on, he starred in other movies in the 1990s, but probably his most famous Western of all time he made in 1992 was Unforgiven. He co-starred with Morgan Freeman, Richard Harris, and Gene Hackman, and this gave Eastwood his first Oscar win as Best Director and Best Picture of the Year.
I love this movie to death, man. I mean, it shows how the West, how it truly was. It wasn't a place of good guys and bad guys. No, it was a place of shades of gray. The good guys can be bad guys, and vice versa. Gene Hackman, who won the Best Supporting Actor Oscar for this role, plays a sheriff who's supposed to be a peacemaker, yet he brutally beats his prisoners. And Eastwood plays the main character of this movie, and he is a former bounty hunter, murderer, and yet he tries to do good. It just makes you wonder what are the lines.
Yeah.
It's really, really great and well-deserved at its Oscar.
And we have a clip from Unforgiven where Eastwood faces off Gene Hackman in the saloon just before the end of the film.
Scene.
Have a look.
You beat William Money out of Missouri. Killed women and children.
That's right. I've killed women and children. Killed just about everything that walks or crawled at one time or another. And I'm here to kill you, Little Bill. For what you did to Ned. You boys better move away.
All right, gentlemen. He's got one barrel left. When he fires that, take out your pistols and shoot him down like the mangy scoundrel he is. Misfire. Kill us, bitch.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Just beautiful.
That is awesome.
And the other movies he made in the 90s were 1995's The Bridges of Madison County, where he co-starred with Meryl Streep, and 1997 mystery Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. This is more like a cat and mouse whodunit mystery thriller, but you never know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, he didn't actually star in himself, but it was pretty good.
All right. And moving on, Eastwood made other films in the 2000s. One example was 2003's Mystic River, which stars Sean Penn and Tim Robbins. And he also made 2004's $1 Million Baby, which gave Eastwood his second Oscar win as Best Director and Best Director. I mean, Best Picture of the Year, my fault.
That was a good movie. I mean, a lot of I think it really deserved it. It's a really great movie, and it has one of those endings where a lot of people spoiled it. But even if you know what's coming, it still kind of makes you emotional. It's a really good movie. All the characters flow together well, and I love it.
I also thought $1 Million Baby is more compared to the Rocky movies, but this ain't really it.
So Rocky was all about just Rocky. This movie goes into the psychology of all the main characters, not just the boxer itself, but also the coach and whoever Morgan Freeman played.
Yeah. And in 2006, he directed 2 films, which takes place during World War II, Flags of Our Fathers and Letters from Iwo Jima. Flags of Our Fathers, of course, takes place in the American side while invading Iwo Jima, whilst Letters from Iwo Jima takes place in the Japanese side. So there's like 2 points of view to one story.
I liked both movies. Letters of Iwo Jima surprised me because it makes you see how the Japanese saw the side of the war. But Flags of Our Fathers got really criticized because a lot of people didn't like how it had a lot of flashing in it. When what I mean by flashing, it's not as bad as it seems. What it means is there was a lot of flashbacks, flash forwards. It also kind of seemed like something out of Lost almost. But really, I love the acting, especially done for the character of Ira Hayes, one of Arizona's greatest heroes. It shows his mentality throughout the war and through all this undeserved stardom, which he felt he didn't deserve. It shows a really great character for him.
Yeah. And in 2008, he directed 2 films, one of which is Changeling, which features Angelina Jolie, and probably his best film, according to that, Gran Torino, where he stars as a retired, grumpy Korean War veteran.
He also has very racist tendencies in this movie, but this movie highlights how awesome he still is, even in his old age. He becomes the protector of these people who at first he hated, and yet he still has a bunch of funny sayings throughout. One of my favorite scenes is whenever the 3 black guy gang members, they're harassing the Chinese girl and he saves her, and when they're trying to harass him, he holds a gun in his face, a Desert Eagle, and says, "Shut your effing face."
I thought it's more like a cold gun to me, or probably not.
I think it was a Desert Eagle. People have said that before that.
Well, you never know. Yeah.
But anyway, I think this is actually a statement by Clint Eastwood that says he's not sorry for something that occurred in the past with him and Spike Lee. Right. What happened is, during Flags of Our Fathers, when it was being filmed and released, Spike Lee complained that there were no black actors in the movie. Yeah. And even though Eastwood said it was true that there were black soldiers in this era, that his core wasn't focused on that. And when Spike Lee persisted, he said, "Shut your face."
All right, we're running a little bit out of time here.
Okay, let's go.
So last year he made Invictus, which stars Morgan Freeman and Matt Damon. And I want to talk about Eastwood's new film Hereafter, those of you who haven't seen it. It takes place in 3 cities, Paris, San Francisco, and London, and it follows 3 stories about 3 people affected by death. I'm not going to talk about those stories, but this movie focuses about death, and it reminds me of a family member who passed away, and I know it's sad and devastating when someone you love has recently passed away and all that. And I'm not much of an advice giver, but for those of you who are watching this, I want you to know something, because this is really sincere. I want you to know that when you lost someone you love, you have to think to yourself that death is a very difficult thing to get through. Even though your loved ones would want you to put one foot in front of the other and achieve what you want to achieve in life. And like I said, even though if you haven't seen Hereafter, now's your chance. If not, then you'll just have to wait until it comes out on DVD and you'll know what I'm talking about.
That's deep, dude. I want to see that movie. I mean, I'm kind of broke for cash, but I'm going to definitely see it. It's on my list.
All right, we got to get out of here. That's it for us. We thank you for watching the review. And for UTV 62, I'm Devin Benson.
And I'm Grant Harper.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
And watch Clint Eastwood. Don't forget that.